Welcome back to another episode of the Outdoor Kitchen and Pizza Oven build. Here's a little recap of what we've been up to so far in previous episodes. Here I'm laying the blockwork base. I then made some shuttering with steel in to pour the concrete top ready to support the oven. I made sure this concrete was nice and smooth, ready to build the dome on. Some of the blockwork was then cladded in stone with an arch built into the opening. See the keystone being laid that I'd saved for ages to be used on this. I could then start work on the actual pizza oven, where you'll see me using the indispensable tool to support the bricks. The top rows were then supported by a fiberglass former. There was a lot of cutting involved in doing this dome. Next, I added some insulation and a layer of perlite render. I then started work on the chimney, which was followed by another arch ready to support the chimney going higher. Which then brings us on to episode 8. Oh God! Here's a good point up. So I got this chimney liner which I'm going to brick round. It's probably, well, I wouldn't say it's too big, but it does leave me a bit tight with the stonework on the front here, but I wanted something that was going to take the smoke away nicely and big enough. I could stone it, but it's not as nice for a flue, so I'm going to try using this. Just from a reclamation yard I bought this. It was only cheap. Just going to level this up now. Not bad that way. A bit far up that way. This thing isn't the straightest either, so not the easiest to level up. Now, just moving the arch a bit then. What am I doing? No! What am I doing? Just thought I'd show my stone pile as I pick through to find corners and everything. I've been looking through it now to try and find some stones. I'm trying to castellate the chimney just so I can step it out a bit. Trying stones like this, shape these a bit. We've also been going through trying to find loads of corners for this chimney. So there's quite a few which are sort of natural corners. There's a few then I've just got to do a bit of work on them with the hammer and chisel. Yeah, this is all the stone that I've been collecting for free over the years. I just got to keep digging through it and find bits. It does get a bit frustrating trying to find corners sometimes, but there's a few hidden away. Just show you how much is here. And here's a little pile of corners I've got going on. I decided to complicate this build even further because the clearance from the flue, there wasn't much to the edge of the brickwork, so I was limited to the size of the chimney. I'd never have fit stone against there with what I had. I only had about 3 inches to play with. I quite like the look of this castellation as well. I've seen it on a lot of castles and church towers, so I thought I'd give it a go. We'll try and set this one here now. The reason I put this level here is this middle one hasn't got a lot of purchase. The first time I tried it, the stone fell off. So we'll have a look here now. Not quite sure how it'll go. And this pipe you can see here, this is a bit of ducting. I didn't really have any proper ducting, so I just got some tube for a light that's going to come here. Hopefully I haven't done too sharp a turn and the cable I've threaded through is the cable I've threaded through is just temporary, just so we can pull something through. I couldn't find any string quick enough. And come down a bit. got this piece on. Ideally I wanted 2 bits the same height, but very difficult to find the stone I wanted, so didn't in the end. Just trying to get a cornerstone on here now, just to get some of the weight back as this cornerstone goes back a bit, just to balance it out a bit. Hopefully this shifts the weight back enough now, so nothing moves when we start building up more. I'm also going to jab a few ties back because some of the stonework isn't as thick as I'd hoped, just because of the chimney. Because what we'll do, we'll fill around the chimney with the vermiculite mix when that arrives. Sorry, perlite. Okay, like that. We've got another cornerstone going on here. This is quite long going back that way, so it's good. It's going to shift the weight back off the front again, because until this all goes off, it's all a bit precarious. Just got a bit of a better angle on here now, as you can see the back. I built across the back of the pizza oven there. I put a few wall ties and stuff across to just try and support the weight a bit, even though this stuff's pretty solid now with the mesh. That's better. That's perfect actually. It's nearly there. So we've got our second layer of perlite that we're going to put on now. Get another sort of inch layer. So looking for about 50mm in total. You can do more. You know, it doesn't matter if you do more. It's always going to help. So just spread. This layer is much easier than the first layer. Much easier. Again, it's just roughly getting that shape. I'm not worrying too much because I have a couple of layers of render to get the proper shape. Obviously, as you go further down the dome, it's harder to get it to stick on, but it's still much easier than the first layer. So that is fine. Actually grips quite nice on the rough surface there. Do the back part of the chimney now. Try and do a bit tidy because it's not the best stonework. Although I'm never really going to see the back of it. I also filled round the chimney yesterday with the perlite mix. Or on the stone, it'll just give it a bit more insulation around it. Do us. Just got another cornerstone to put on the back here. Carry on going up. It's just slower now, we're on trestles because it's up down all the time, stop start. Bad. Let's see if I need to build a chimney higher or not. So, just got some scrap paper, I don't want anything too hot. just see the flames rolling around there. The chimney's working pretty well. I just can't decide what to do. Do I bring the stonework up a bit more so the chimney's higher, or do I gamble that the chimney pot is going to give me that extra length? Because, you know, another 2 foot's going to make a hell of a difference in the draw. Just putting this bed on. Trying to just finish all the little jobs on this now. There's still loads more jobs to do, but all these jobs. I'm going to put some primer on the back of this. Slate slab as well, just very smooth. And this landing area is going to be well used, so what I don't want is it to be rattled off. Put plenty of primer on here, cement-based primer. Let's see how good my cutting was. Got primer all over my fingers now, lovely. Just on the sponge over the edges of that, just blend it in a bit. That's good. So I extend this flue pipe by 120mm. It's going to fill around this void now with some vermiculite and cement mixture, which I managed to get off Facebook Marketplace. Vermiculite for free. Thank you, Ben. We filled to the top of this here. And this is where our chimney pot will sit on now. We'll stick that chimney pot on and then put some haunching up to it. We'll leave that go off now. So I've been chimney pot shopping. The pot I had, I wasn't happy with how tall it was. So I've been to a reclamation yard local to me and got this one. Let's see if we can get it on top. Oh! I just knocked a stone there. Joking. But we are on here. So we're just going to square it up. So we've got 180 there. We've got 70 there. We could go. Just going to damp this stonework down to give it a bit of adhesion. I put a few fibres with this mix as well, just to make this stick. Sorry, just to add the strength to it, stop it cracking too much. I'm just showing you here the transition between the inner arch and the flue. It's very important to get this right to ensure you capture as much smoke as you can up the flue rather than flying out the door. It's better to have almost the full width of the arch going up into the flue rather than just a small hole in the centre of the arch. Also, I'm showing you here the inside of the oven dome. When this has a good burn, it'll clean all the bricks off nicely. Just doing another little test fire. We're getting a bit of smoke out the front, but I'm hoping when it's warm enough, all the smoke draws. So I'm hoping when it gets warmer, so we can see now there's very minimal smoke coming out the front. Most of it's coming out the chimney. Just see the smoke rolling up inside there. Working very well. Obviously when it gets nice and hot, I don't think anything's going to come up the front there. I'll do that. I'm performing now. I'll just keep ramping those fires up. Just sponge up the front of this now. Just gone off enough. Just to blend it in a bit. Nice smooth sponge over it. So, then these little bits in there. So, just to get it looking tidy.